Dude, we didn't talk about Midnight Ghost Hunt last week, did we?
We did
Oh
not,
fuck!
no.
We did not. I
then I'll
forgot
bring it
about
up.
that.
We played Midnight Ghost Hunt. This is it's early access, right?
This is probably
Yes.
my favorite game right now that I'm not playing much.
Yeah. So yeah, early access. They actually had a patch come out today. I'm gonna check that out. And it's a prop hunt game with a little bit of a twist on it. So they're split into two teams. You have the hunters and the ghosts, like normal. However, the ghosts, they can possess different items, and they have the ability to actually hurt the hunters and potentially kill them. And the hunters are hunting down the ghost. You have, what is it, like 5 minutes when you start the match? It's not that long.
Yeah,
3
I think
minutes?
it's
5 minutes.
I think it's like
5 minutes?
yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Huh? Yeah, 5 minutes
Each
is the
phase
hunters
5.
to try and find all the ghosts. If you don't, by the end of the 5 minutes, like midnight hits, and the ghosts get fucking jacked up, and they try and kill the hunters, and the hunters have to survive a little bit longer, and then they get away. But it's a good dynamic. It's a good change up from the typical, in my opinion, it's a good change up from the typical prop hunt. Because
I agree.
Yeah, a lot of times, a big one we played with Witch It, and we would get a big group together, 10 plus people playing, and you'd have somebody that would just like float in like a corner of the map that I didn't even know that you could get to because I only play the game when we play with each other, and then just not move for 20 minutes. Which is actually, there's a mechanic in this that your ghost builds up and releases ectoplasm if you're not moving. You actually can't just camp a location and hang out there.
Oh no,
Yeah.
he's talking about me.
I'm talking about multiple people. It ain't just, well, I mean, if it is you, it ain't just you. There's at least
I mean,
3 or 4 names.
I always felt like I was pretty good at finding, like I didn't play any more than anybody else. I just was really good at finding like corners and spaces where I could just hide for the entire
and
duration.
ultimately, that's not really your fault. I mean, the game let you do
Well,
that.
yeah, and that's the thing, yeah.
And incentivize you to do that. Like,
In this
Yes.
game,
Yeah.
like they thought about it and they're like, okay, well, how can we get around that? Okay, there's a meter that builds up when you stand still, will force you to move, and it works.
Exactly,
It works
yeah. There's a lot of like little subtle things that force you to move, make it a little bit easier to escape while you fight back. Like it feels much more like a constant push-pull between the two sides than it does like, all right, you found your spot, you can alt tab for 10 minutes.
So that explains why Greg didn't just live the rest of his life as a dinosaur.
Yeah.
And also like
True,
the fact
yeah.
like if you die as a ghost, you get caught. You only got to wait a few minutes because either the match is going to end because everybody got caught, or when the timer hits to 0, you come back. If the ghosts are still alive.
At the most, you're hanging on for 5, maybe 6 minutes if you get fucked, right away.
And there's stuff you can do when you're dead.
And
like
you have
a little
abilities.
death bird.
Yeah, very, very faint, kind of like, the first one you start off with is so you can chill kind of an area around you, but later you can unlock one just like, push objects so you can try to distract the hunters that are going after your buddies.
I think some of the ones you can unlock, like maybe you confuse some of their sensors sometimes, that kind of thing. So like little like minor harassment things, but like just you have more to do than just spectate.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm digging it. Like, I'm not a huge PvP guy. I'm not a huge prop hunt guy, but I think this is, this isn't a game. I mean, I have 88 minutes on it. Danny's got 10 hours already. Not already. You can do that in a day, but he's got a
Well,
lot
he
more
was
time.
talking
Yeah,
about this
I have
game
3 hours in
before.
He has.
He's
been
played
looking
a
for
lot.
this.
this early access period.
Yeah.
He was playing with some other friends too. He was telling me about it.
But anyways, yeah. So I could see playing this game, down the line and as it gets patches. I mean, it's not like exactly my game, but it's enough. And I think both of these quadrants, I think this is a cool crossover.
I will say I was like generally I bought it because like whatever, we haven't had a good group game in a while, and it checked enough of the boxes. But I have been pleasantly surprised at the experience I've been having. I've been having more fun than I've been expecting going into it.
We did. We had one run that was, we semi-planed it, but we could not have planned it as well as it went.
The fucking Skelly round.
Well, no, the Skelly round was cool, but no, when we led those
boys.
guys into that hole and they instantly lost.
Oh, dude.
I mean, the round was actually over within maybe 30 seconds.
That was amazing. So, like, yeah, me and Danny both had different ghost trap abilities. And Danny had this idea of synergizing them together. So we found a good spot, like, down this hole. And his ability basically reacted when people or his ability reacted when people were near, and my ability turned objects into flying objects that like could fly at people if they shot it, something like that. So I turned a bunch of barrels, which are heavy items, in. Their whole team dropped down at the same time, and all the traps triggered, and all the barrels came and like killed almost all of them immediately. Then we just mopped up the last guy. It was great.
It was pretty good. It was fun. And then we did have a round where 3 of us turn into, you can possess, so certain objects you can possess have attacks actually built into them. Like you can get like a knight statue and it'll swing like a sword. We were in the school level and 3 of us possessed like anatomy skeletons. They can like smack. And dude, we just charged the room and just beat the fuck out of them.
That was just straight embarrassing for them. Like that just had to hurt.
That almost happened to us, but we put them down. A different match though. But yeah, it's a fun game.
Yeah, solid game. I'm down to play more.
Yeah.
On that note, compared to like say Witch It, which I did really like, I think it's a good game, is also not like a whole lot higher than like a Gary's Mod, Source Mod type derivative product. I felt like Midnight Ghost Hunt's production value was like substantially higher than I expected. Really good assets.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Plays nice. Like menus have nice quality of life features. You know, it's got all the PC bells and whistles that you want in your menus. Like very, very cool.
I'm not surprised because it's been in beta for a long time.
Yeah, I've heard Danny talk about it extensively, but I just didn't realize like how complete it was. You know, you hear about a prop hunt, you expect a Gary's Mod thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is the developer's first game, but it is published by Coffee Stain, which is the Deep Rock and Valheim and other games. So they seem to have like a high bar for quality.
Yeah,